So, good afternoon, everyone, and we're going to be discussing about gold today and USD pairs. Most especially, we'll be discussing about the XAUSD um, because we need to start preparing fundamentally for what is about to happen on the 20th, and we're going to use past results and uh, past years, what we've seen on inauguration days to actually try to guess, anticipate what price we do using our analysis to navigate through. So, without further ado, let me proceed. So, so this is gold. Yeah. So I'm going to take off everything here. I'm going to toggle off every indicator. I'm going to toggle off every indicator apart from the moving average. So the moving average you see here is the 200 moving average and the 50 moving average. You can see clearly price is trading above them. So all time we are bullish on gold all time. So let's start from monthly. So you can see clearly, it seems like we have 2 months, which one of it was, we have 2 months here, which one of it was the announcement, half of it was the announcement of Trump being the winner of the US election, and which since then price have been doing a massive correction. So price has not been showing us any type of bullish momentum since then. We're just seeing correction. We're seeing a correction, and we're seeing selling opportunities since then because uh, Trump being the president, because of the policies and the America first that he always preached, and it really makes gold weaken against the dollar because gold is priced in USD. So if dollar gets momentum and strengthen up, gold will fall, meaning that the USD is more stronger at that point than gold. So, what is the reason for this video? This video is going to be talking about and anticipating what will happen at on the inauguration day. What will happen on the inauguration day? So, when Trump was announced the winner of the election, what are the things that we saw overnight? We saw a serious falling of gold from the high up. So this is a monthly time frame. So let's look at the weekly time frame to have more of this insight. So we've had correction. We've had gold trying to pull through to the downside because the U.S. economy is gaining much more momentum, but the momentum slowed down, and I think the slowing down is for institutional buyers and sellers to take position because you guys need to understand that the problem that the institution have, it is the too much money. The too much money they have is still the problem. So the only way to be able to enter their large position, because nobody is going to fill a $30 billion position. Nobody is going to fulfill a $30 billion position at once. So because there's nobody in the market to fill a $30 billion position, or a $10 billion position, or even a $5 billion position, they need to accumulate those positions. They need to accumulate those positions. So while they are accumulating these positions, we see movement in the market. These are liquidity. Accumulating these positions is liquidity. So this is how they run it. So at this pullback now, if we're expecting to buy, we are going to see this pullback, and whatever is here, we're going to see it as liquidity, generating liquidity to push price to the upside, because everybody that sold here will be taken out, and they keep taking the profit. So now in this case, in a fundamental manner, we have the all time frame, gold is bullish, but fundamentally on gold is going to be bearish on the 20th, and it's going to be massively bearish. It's going to be what? It's going to be massively bearish. Gold is going to be bearish, and it's going to be massively bearish. So now, why do I say gold is going to be massively bearish on the 20th? Now, these are the statements President Trump, uh, about to be the president elect, which is going to be Trump, because he has been announced as the winner of the election. So at the inauguration day, Trump is going to be the president of United States of America. So now, what are the things that Trump said? I posted it on my Telegram, because I analyzed from the recent press conference that Trump did. The recent press conference, after jotting down some key factors, what are the key factors that President Trump was tax cuts? We're going to be having massive tax cuts. So, tax cut, let me make this bigger. So, I'm going to list it here. We're going to have tax cuts. We're going to have investment in large investments in energy. So what are other factors too? We're going to have, so um so I'm coming. Hold on. Okay, so I made a jot down of, okay. So we're gonna have not only tax cuts, you're gonna be having 6%. You're gonna cut the tax rate is going to go down by 60. Tax cuts, tax cuts, tax cuts will go down by 6%. 6%. 6% more than most America has seen so far. So if this is going to happen in his tenure, and in his statement, he also said that the first thing he's going to do, the first day in office, is going to make sure that regulations are going to, that is going to bring in 10 new, you're going to have 10 new regulation. 10 new regulations. 10 new regulations in favor of jobs in America. Jobs in America. So, one of those things he also mentioned uh, is going to be paying off debt, is going to be stopping subsidy with the $200 billion subsidy they give to the Canadian government every year is going to stop. The subsidy for Mexico and Canada is going to stop it. So all this thing is pointing at strengthening up the US dollar. So far the forecast has even said that small businesses jumped jumped by jumped by 41% growth in America since he has been announced the winner of the election in America. 41%. 41%. Can you believe that? So right now, analysts around America, the forecast in the White House already forecasted that small businesses jumped in growth in America by 41% to give us what it can give us an insight on what American dollar and the growth of American is going to be like when it takes to the office. So what our concern is not just to look at this, and we need to look at how all these things has affected gold price in the past. Every time there's a rate cut news, the gold fall. Every time there is a tax cut by any type of percentage, the gold will drop. Anytime there's new regulation that is in favor of jobs in America, job claim in America, gold will drop. So now, plus the sentiment of America first, plus everything that Donald Trump is trying to do in America right now, it is glaring that we should be looking to short gold before the inauguration or on the day of inauguration, or we should look for a structure to work with to sell gold off. Because right now, because of the energy investment and tax cut alone is enough reason to give us you know a conviction to sell gold on the 20, on the 19, whatever the date of the inauguration is. We should be looking to look for a structure to sell gold from. No matter how bullish gold is right now, we should be looking to sell gold for even a long time profit, because the moment things he promised, he's going to fulfill them, because in the past he has done the same thing, and now he's going to double down on those things. Meaning that when Trump became the president the last time, if you look at the record how gold performed, you will now see that okay, if Trump if Trump becomes the president and he doubles down, that is, we are getting twice of the result of American economy than when he was the president previously. So now, what am I trying to insinuate is that, let me take all this off. We need to prepare to sell gold fundamentally and technically, most especially fundamental. So, looking at what happened with the announcement alone, that should give us a grip. So, if we are to look into, okay, let's do this exercise together. So I'm going to use this clearly. It is clearly shown that we are bullish weekly is bullish, monthly is bullish, you know. So what can we do? We know that whatever we see here right now, according to the analysis I've been teaching on my YouTube, everything we see here, you see that it's trending up, right? Because of the recent uh, press conference and restatement that Trump has ensured that he's going to do those things, giving people confidence that the United States of America is going to be great again and promising a golden age, meaning that the US dollar will be the gold. They're going to switch position. So US dollar will be the one soaring lower, while the gold has to, be weakened against it. So promising people all these things, rate cuts, job employment, investment into the country. One of the biggest bank in Japan just invested, just promised life of $100 billion investment. So these are to stir up investors' confidence. And there are more that is still coming. So now, because of this, we are going to be looking at gold sell, no matter how the structure is telling us to buy. Telling us to buy technically, but fundamentally, we need to take advantage of the short that is coming on the inauguration day. So, what are we going to do? We can see that in 4 hours, gold is soaring already. So, what do we have above this trend? We have a double top. This is a double top we have. So, according to the strategy I've been, showing on my YouTube, we are using the market structure theory. So even despite the fact that we are using fundamentals, we are still going to follow a structure, a good structure to sell gold from. So now I'm going to pick my part two. It's going to be, remember, we're talking more of fundamental than technicals, but we are still going to use our technicals because we see that gold is soaring high now. So we are seeing all this move as liquidity, generating liquidity for that day. Because if it's going to sell, some people has to fill those orders of those sales. And these are the people, they are these people here, because you're seeing candles, but they are people, filling these orders until the inauguration day, and when they finally move it, is all these people, is all the liquidity here is going to be what they use in pushing the price to where they want to push it to on the sell side. So right now, I'm anticipating that price will keep doing this, break this trend, show us that it wants to sell. Remember, I used to say price will show you patterns of, when you want to sell and they're generating liquidity, they will show you pattern to buy. They will show you the pattern to get into the buy. So I'm anticipating that the first touch here, because we have an internal liquidity structure here, so here is going to push price back to this band. Then this band is going to, give us maybe a test, can have another push into this band again that actually purge this area. So we'll be looking at the purge of this double top. Then after the purge of this double top, we'll be looking at the internal liquidity that is here to be disrespected and retested for this sell. Then we can now, take this. So looking at this, so where is the internal liquidity structure? This is the 4 hours fair value gap, which is the internal liquidity structure that I'm talking about. So I'm going to take this box out and put a straight line on the double top so that we can both differentiate it. So you can see we have a double top here. So the plan is to wait for price to liquidate people here, because they don't just, the market makers, the institutions, they are, the ways they do things is not just to take one side, and they will confuse you. They will make you feel like, okay, Am I even buying or selling at the pop? You will be confused. So right now, this you will be in this trade. You will be in this trade buying, because that is exactly what happened on the day they announced Trump win. There is a clear structure to buy. In fact, I was buying that day. I was hoping that Kamala Harris, has won, because of the news we are hearing. But the moment it was announced that he has beaten those states, you will not believe a clear bullish structure turn bearish for almost 2 to 3 weeks. So the same thing I'm anticipating is going to happen. From here, a lot of people is going to enter the buy from here, trying to catch the trend. But fundamental is going to take place and will be more stronger than the technical at that point. So this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a purge of this double top and a break in. You can say that we still have a structure that is bearish on the 4 hours before even taking the trade. You can say that we waited for this to happen before we take the trade, because before I move, I'm going to make sure that the structure is the reason why I'm in the trade. So I'm going to illustrate how I'm going to, because of the fluctuation. I will my my stop loss is going to be above the purge area. So they're going to purge this area. I'm going to make sure that my stop loss, because I'm going to be holding the trade for like 2 to 3 days to allow it to run, because Trump will be new in office and a lot of announcements will be coming out that will really assist the USD to strengthen against. This is the initial liquidation that I'm looking forward to. This is the initial liquidation that I'm looking forward to for the inauguration. So, and you can see, I'll call this a Trump gold sell for inauguration day. So now, I'm going to label it as we always do. So this is going to be our buying climax, because what we are looking for is we're looking for in a sell condition, we are looking for a buying climax. In a buy condition, so I'm going to be labeling it as we know the buying climax is going to be around here, because there's an internal liquidity here that is going to push that price. I'm not just labeling it. There's a 4 hours internal liquidity that is going to push this price back to this level, which is going to give us a better pullback than the pullback we've been seeing. It can even enter this area a little bit, then we're going to see the opportunity that okay, the internal liquidity will be disrespected, then give us a test. So where people are going to be trapped is the retest of those internal liquidity. The test, it takes a lot of guts to bring my analysis to life and analyzing this. It takes a lot of guts, but you know this is what it is. So we'll be expecting the purging the double top for the 4 hours, uh, two tops. Then after then, we'll be looking forward to price breaking back down, closing below this internal liquidity structure. Especially those that love the fair value gap trade, you can trade an inversion fair value gap at this level. So this area becomes your entry. Once the 4 hours close and retested that area, that place becomes your entry. So the reason why I'm using the 4 hours entry, because volatility, and it's better to trade with the higher time frame candles and price actions. It's better to trade with higher time frame price action than going to 5 minutes to, because 5 minutes right now using a tight stop loss will not help, because before price move, price is going to dangle a lot. But if you're trading with 4 hours price action, once you have your stop loss calculated according to what you are risking, it will not matter if price is dangling. You will just be looking at it because price is really going to move. So it's better to be safe than sorry. So now, because we know that price is all-time bullish, that is the reason why we have to do this. Make sure that we are trading with higher time frame trend, and you can see that the 4 hours trend has already changed at this anticipation. 4 hours time frame has already changed at this anticipation. So please like, subscribe if you love this analysis. If you want to see more of me, you can join my Telegram. I do daily analysis and weekly analysis. It's free. It's just building up a community of traders and assisting you to be profitable. Thank you. God bless.